Hello there. I kind of wanted to go through my toolbox, my tool chest now that it's finished, show you my tools and kind of how I've got it laid out. You have to excuse the bare feet. I'm indoors. We've got snow outside. I haven't been out to the bench in 2, 3 weeks. About to go stir crazy, but this is sort of an indoor kind of shop. The floor is going to have little bits and pieces of wood and all kind of stuff. And you can see over here, I've got my fishing rods because this is also kind of a catch-all area. So anyway, I mean, bass box, metal toolbox, that kind of thing. So, but anyway, if you open this up, we have the two trays here, okay? And these trays, I can reach down and access anything I need down here just simply by reaching to it. You see my sawtill is here. So the first box, the first till, the tray, is measuring and marking. So I have my combination square, magnifying glasses, things like scraper, hard scrapers are there because they're flat. My spoke shave is here because it's flat and shallow. But 25-foot Stanley rule, that always comes in handy. Some wax, paraffin wax for my saw plates and my plane soles. This is a spare plane blade and chip breaker. I can either sharpen this up and have it as a standby in case the one that I'm using in the plane that I'm using goes dull and I really don't want to stop and sharpen. I can switch from that, or I can modify this in any kind of way I want to create whatever I need, and I'll talk more about that when we get to the bottom here. But I have mechanical pencils, T-bevel or sliding bevel. Have a little Zona saw. I don't know if I said it, but marking knife, 12-inch rule. I'm also going to get like an 18-inch rule that I can put in here and lay maybe against the front. Saw set, all. Combination, or I can't remember what the compasses. I need to actually get a better, I need to replace this one. It's old and it's beat up and it doesn't quite work as well as I would like. Eventually I'll replace that. That's for laying out dovetail work, things like that. Repeated measurement, all of that. And then in this, I have like my wood rasp, and then this side is a half round rasp and a double cut bastard file, so that doubles. Hammer, chisel mallet, assembly hammer, slash, screwdrivers. These are my preferred. I like the wooden handle screwdrivers. They're just really comfortable, and that's what I prefer. I have a little, I guess you'd call it improvised skew chisel that's around 1/8 of an inch in width, pasted strop, a combination 400 1000 grit diamond stone with some chromium oxide paste. This I use to adjust plane blades and stuff like that with, or anywhere where I need a small little tack hammer like this, because that's what that is. Okay, so that's, and then if you look down at the bottom, you see that I can access this side that way, and my saw till from this side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move these. I'm going to remove these so that we can see what's underneath here. Chisel roll with the 4 chisels that I have. I'm going to get a 1/5, a 1/8 inch or 3mm chisel. I really need that for lutherie and do not have it yet. I could get a cheap one, but I would rather get this same type and brand of chisel because why not? It makes sense to keep it standard. I want to tie this first so that it's not in the way. And I'm just going to use kind of like a surgeon's knot. So I'll just double that over and do that number. That'll work just fine, nice and compact. And we have my saw till with a dovetail saw, crosscut carcass saw, and a small tenon saw here. This is a beading tool that I made, and I have, if I can get that down in there, spare blades for my coping saw. Quarter-inch grooving plane for drawer bottoms. Rabbet plane for the backs of cabinets or anywhere I would need a rabbet or a ledge shelf cut in the wood. My number 5, which is my general all-purpose, basically general purpose. I do almost everything with this plane. If you look, this is a bench hook, and I have it set up so that I can put it in there like that, and I can store my coping saw here. Marking gauge, poor man's rider plane, because that's all I have right now, and it works. And this is a number 4 Stanley Handyman. It works. It's just not finely made like the Stanley number 5 that I have. You see it's got a really big mouth. I'm going to take either this blade or that other blade that I showed you with the chip breaker on it, the spare one, and camber that blade, and then I can switch this out. If I want to do just general planing with this, I can, but I can also switch it out to the cambered blade and make it a scrub plane. So that's my plans for that and why it's in this box. And then I just glued this piece of wood and that piece of wood with enough room for this saw plate. This piece of wood is similar to the thickness of this part of the handle, and that is a rip cut, a shortened rip cut panel saw that I can use for any kind of general breaking down of larger boards and stuff before I move to things like my joinery saws. It's nice to have it. I have some really nice, I have a nice Atkins and a nice Diston D8 in the shop here, but to have that in this box means that I can carry this box out to the bench out back, and I can do that on this roll cart that I have. It stays on this roll cart, and I can just roll it. My wife has a wheelchair ramp connected to the front of the house, and I can just roll this down that ramp and roll it out to the back there next to the bench and park it, and I can work out of this box. And there's everything that I possibly need for any kind of general woodworking that's in this box. And if I need anything else that I don't have in this box, I can come back and get those tools, because they are not something that I would use every day. They are specific. Like I have, for instance, a fret saw for cutting fret slots in a guitar or a bass or some other type of musical instrument. That doesn't need to be in here because I'm not always working on a musical instrument. And so if I need this, I'll go into the house here and get it. That's just an example. There are other tools that I might want that aren't in this box, but if I want them, it will be on a case-by-case basis. Actually, I want to turn this way. I don't know if that'll sit like that or not. We're going to find out. I think that it will. Yeah, it clears it perfectly fine. And here we are. Thanks for watching.